What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with the RK Outpost, and it seems like celebrities have a requirement to put their foot in their mouths in some way, shape, or form while promoting their upcoming movies. When they say something that just doesn't come across right or doesn't make any sense whatsoever. That's the case we have here with Zoe Kravitz regarding the Batman and her role as Catwoman. You can see the headline from Bounding into Comics. The Batman actress Zoe Kravitz doesn't want Catwoman fetishized or stereotyped. Now, I think that the Batman, when it comes out, I think it's going to be a pretty divisive movie. I think there's going to be some people that absolutely love it. They love where they went with the story. The fact that Batman really is focused on the detective nature of Batman, which we haven't seen on the big screen like this before. I also think there's going to be a lot of people that have a bunch of problems with it, whether that's due to the race swaps or the race bends that we have for certain characters. In some cases, it seems like it was specifically for that reason why they were casted. And also, they're just not going to like this kind of dark, gloomy take and Robert Pattinson as Batman. But regardless, when you have people coming out and saying things like this, it rings warning bells for everyone. Alarm bells go off because we've seen this play out before. Take that, male gaze. We don't want you looking at Catwoman's ass anymore. And it's very strange coming from Zoe Kravitz, and I'm going to show you some of the places in this interview, and the reason why it's so strange for her to be saying something like this is she has a ton of like nude photo shoots that she does. Even in the article that we're going to be talking about, the magazine that this interview was for, I'm not even going to be able to scroll through it, because if I do, you'll find that there's, like, if I scroll down just a little bit right here, if I scroll just up a little bit right here, you're going to see nude photos of Zoe Kravitz. So it's very strange that what she's taking, the line that she's putting out there about not wanting Catwoman to be fetishized or stereotyped. But let's get into this. Star Robert Pattinson and director Matt Reeves have promised in so many words the Batman will be different, and so will the DC Pictures variant of Selina Kyle and Catwoman. The star in those roles this time around, Zoe Kravitz, certainly wants to bring a unique approach, and though it's a little late for production on the anticipated picture, she has conditions for how her Selina will be treated and received by fans. Kravitz, who's the stepdaughter of Aquaman actor Jason Momoa, doesn't want to see her Catwoman fetishized or turned into a stereotype. Talking to another magazine about her prep and research for the role, she admitted, first off, I've read some of the comics now, but I wasn't a comic head or anything. I think that when you have people that get cast for these roles, you hear these people lie all the time, be like, I was the biggest Captain Marvel fan ever. I was the biggest this fan ever. We know that's not always going to be the case, and a lot of times these people are just fucking lying and pretending. At least she admitted it, I guess. Would have liked to have someone that knew history about the character, but the important thing is that when you do get these roles, you do actually get into it. But that's really the only time this comes up in this article, at least that I saw. As she continued, Kravitz detailed how she looked at playing Catwoman and what her thought process was. I think I have this pulled up right here. And this is how she landed the Catwoman role. Have you seen all the other Batman movies? She says, yeah, I've seen the movies. I've read some of the comics now, but I wasn't a comic head or anything. I also tried to think about it not as Catwoman, but as a woman. How does this make me feel? How are we approaching this? And how are we making sure we're not fetishizing or creating a stereotype? I knew it needed to be a real person. So that's the line from that. And what everybody's taking is you don't want the male gaze. You don't want everybody's eyes to be on Catwoman. You don't want her to be some sort of sexual object. Now, we know Catwoman's history. Those of us who have read comics or have experienced it, whether it's the animated series, whatever. You know, Catwoman's appeal, part of that character just inherently is her sex appeal. She's a femme fatale. That's what you're going to hear thrown around by everybody. You know, that is what she is. It's one of the things she uses to get what she wants. It's one of the things that is her nature. So it would be very strange to intentionally try to desexualize this character. But we've seen that time and time again in Hollywood with female characters. They want to do everything they can to push the male gaze away. And it's like, what the fuck are we even talking about here? Kravitz sounds like she was trying to personalize her part, which isn't a totally bad thing when an actor is putting a fresh spin on things. And we've seen, we've kind of seen little clips here and there of things from interviews very much be taken and ran with, whether it's the Venom gay thing, which, like I said in my video I made, when I said it sounds like they're just taking Andy Serkis's words and really trying to push something on him. maybe this is taken a little bit. I mean, and there doesn't seem like there's too much context to be had. It really depends on how she means it. I just personally can't see Zoe Kravitz as wanting to be someone to desexualize a character based on how she puts herself out there, how she has put herself out there before, how she still is continuing to do that. But I don't know. However, she is opening herself up to charges she's not reading enough of the source material or consulting other media like Batman the Animated Series, which, as with every character in it, has one of the best portrayals of Catwoman in history. And we can go down a little bit more because this is an interesting part as well. During the pandemic, Kravitz alluded to the shape she had to be in, while also revealing she wears a, quote, cat suit in The Batman. If an audience members tap into her portrayal or costume through cosplay or fan art in a fetishized or suggestive way, that's out of her hands. And that's the thing. They've already talked about she's going to be in basically like a skin-tight cat suit in this, which I think a lot of people would want to see. One, because she'll probably look good in it. And two, because it would be the source material. That would be Catwoman that everybody wants to see. So what did Zoe Kravitz exactly mean by this, I think, is the real question on a lot of people's minds. And I guess we'll have to wait a little bit to find out. Again, I think that this movie already is going to have a lot of people split. You've heard, there has been like talk out there about this movie since its inception. You have a bunch of people that are going to hate it because it's not part of what their vision of the DCEU is. It's not the Batman that they want to see. You're going to have people that hate it just because Robert Pattinson is Batman. Now, would I have picked Robert Pattinson as my Batman? No. However, if you think that he's just the Twilight guy, go look at this dude's entire work and what he's done since then. Really, all the different roles and the chameleon that he really is. He's a gifted actor. He's become a truly gifted actor. Matt Reeves, unfortunately, has that J.J. Abrams connection. There's going to be a lot of people that do not like that. And this movie is going to be very dark and almost like Seven. That's what it's been described as to me. It's effectively like Seven, the movie Seven, but it's a Batman story. I do not know. I know there's going to be a lot of people that hate it, a lot of people that probably love this rendition, but these statements are what has people on edge. These statements get people worried about the route that the movie's going. And when we've already seen shit like these race swaps of traditional characters, people are already on edge. What do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments below. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone. And a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.